Well, hello YouTube, and a warm welcome to the Essentially Crypto channel. My name is Ian, and as always, I'm your host. And today we're going to start talking about how to secure your NFTs using your Ledger or your Trezor device. Because there's been a lot of this sort of talk about things that are happening in OpenSea where people are getting sent fake NFTs, and if they interact with them, then their whole wallet gets cleaned out and that kind of thing. So I got very paranoid about it. Now, the reason I found this out was I found this out accidentally, and that is I went to OpenSea the other day. And basically, I went and I bought a product. I bought a fish. Now, for those who don't know about fishies, it's a project from Brockman Blockchain, and it's all about the fish that swim around in a tank, and you get different accessories for the tank, and also some famous artists also doing some backgrounds for the tank and all that kind of thing as well. So it's a really cool project. So if you haven't looked into it, then I will pop the details in the comments below. And basically, what happened was I bought my fish using Ethereum that was already on my Trezor wallet. It was in my Trezor a hardware wallet. So after I bought it, I was a little bit worried because I thought, well, I don't have my Trezor wallet connected to my OpenSea at all. I have a completely different OpenSea account. But I've always wondered when I've been buying sort of, NFTs on OpenSea, how I can put it on a Trezor wallet or something like that because I wanted it to be secure. So I got worried and I connected my Trezor. I went to OpenSea and I realized that it just opens up a completely different account and there was nothing in it. So I was absolutely like, whoa, what the hell am I going to do? And then I realized that in the hidden files, you can actually look in there, and when you click on there, that is when I found my fish. So now I know that my fish are back on OpenSea, so I'm all happy with that. So then I decided, well, the trouble is with fish is that every 12 months, even though the original fish is from Ethereum, every 12 months, every month for 12 months, they do a drop. An airdrop of something else, but it's done with Matic to make it a lot cheaper. So then I was worried about whether or not it would work still to receive things on Matic, on the Ethereum address, etc, etc. So therefore I sent myself an NFT to have a little test, and it worked perfectly. So therefore I can confirm how to do it, and it does definitely work. Now I'm going to show you that with OpenSea a little bit later because I had to do a video of it. Unfortunately, I didn't have any Ethereum in my my wallet at the time because I just bought a load of stuff. So therefore what you're seeing is the way to do it, but I'm not actually going to go through with the process. However, what I did do is I also tested it on immutable X as well, because I've been buying a lot of things on immutable X, and that does work perfectly. Well, I know it works perfectly on OpenSea anyway, I just can't show you because I don't have ETH, because you have to pay when you do transfers on OpenSea. The good thing about immutable X is it is completely gasless and completely free, which means you can transfer back and forth as much as you like. So anyway, let's get over to that little video, because the way I had to do it is record it on a video as opposed to being able to share my screen, because as soon as I start sharing my screen, my wallets won't open. There must be some sort of security feature in it, which is a pretty cool thing that stops you being able to share, or maybe it's just with the software I'm using. So I had to use a completely different software. So let me go down to the bottom here so that way you can see what's going on. So now I'm going to walk you through this very, very quickly. So basically this is my my OpenSea, my immutable X account, okay? So let's go to this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get rid of, or I'm going to try and share across one of these squirrels, one of these zombie squirrels. Now basically the way you do that, by the way, is that you either attach either your Ledger or your Trezor. Both of them work, by the way. I've tested them both out now. You attach them to your MetaMask. Okay, so where you've got your MetaMask normally, you see up the top here, you can see now I can't click on it because of the fact that obviously this is a video and it's not an actual sharing of the screen. But up here, when you click on there is an option of different accounts, and you'll see that in a few moments' time. So basically what you do is I'm in my normal account at this moment in time, okay? And this is my immutable. Now, in order to send stuff, you can't just go to immutable because there's no option to send. On immutable, there is only the option to list for sale, and that is it at the moment. So what you have to do is you have to go to tokentrove.com, okay? So not .io, I don't know why I put that in. So tokentrove.com. And then once you get to tokentrove.com, you'll see that exactly the same account pops up, and then you connect your wallet up over here. Okay, so my wallet is already connected. So as you can see, I've got a huge amount of Ethereum in there. And there you can see that's the wallet just there. Okay, so then what you do is you go to collectibles and you type in the name of the collectible that you've got. So in this case, it's the zombie squirrels, and I'm going to go to my account so you can see that on here I have got one zombie squirrel. That's all I have, okay? So I've only got ones on my squirrel. I've got a few other IMX ones as well, but if you want to find them, it doesn't work like IMX where you can just click on your inventory. You have to click on them individually, okay? So therefore, be wary of that. Over in the corner here, you can see it says all of my collection, or you can type in the details. So you can type in zombie squirrel if you've got one of those, and then that will pop up and it will show you. And if you want the other thing, like a crow, for instance, you just type in crow, and then it comes up, and you just click on the category that is, and then it will show you what's inside on Token Trove. Okay, so then what you do after you've done that is you simply click the transfer button. And once you click the transfer button, it is really, really simple. All you need to do is get your wallet address, okay? And the way you do that is by going up to the top here, which I'm not sure if I'm going to show you here because I think I've already got it just there. So that is my wallet address for my Trezor wallet, okay? And I'll show you how to switch between the two accounts in a second anyway. But basically, all you do is you click between the thing, and then you put your wallet address, and then you click transfer. And that's it. It's that simple. So therefore, you click on confirm, make sure it's done. It will come up with an option to sign the transaction. So you sign the transaction, and then you have to go through the process of whatever you've got to do to sign the transaction. Click finish, and you are done. Now, if I then come out of this, and I will now change to my Trezor wallet. So you can see this is a completely different wallet. If I click on the top here on MetaMask, and then once I've done that, if I click on that little coloured ball just there, you see this is my first account. So if I click on that one there, you'll see that I've got a Trezor account that's already connected as well. And now you'll see that it's actually in there. So there you go. So that's as simple as that. So now it means that anytime you want to transfer anything with Trezor, it will actually, when it comes to the sign the program thing, it will actually make you put in your password and all your details into Trezor. So it's completely safe, which means that nobody can now get into your IMX account and, you know, be able to take your stuff out without you realizing, because they have to have your Trezor wallet. So I'm going to show you one last time here, but I'm going to show you with crows this time, because I've got a few crows. So what I do is I go over to my collectibles. First of all, I've got to change back from Trezor to my normal account. Okay, so I change back to my normal account, and you'll see it changes up the top there as well at the same time. And then I go and I will type in crows. So there's crows, there's moody crows. So I click on that, and you can see I've got 2 moody crows, which is what I needed in order to be able to breed. So I click on transfer, I click on there, I click on the transfer of the wallet, click on transfer, and then it does its thing. Basically, that's it. It's really, really simple, and there's no gas at all. So therefore, that means that if you haven't bought a ledger yet, or if you haven't got a Trezor, and incidentally, make sure you get them from the proper places, okay? Don't just go on eBay and get one, because, you know, there's all sorts of things that happen with that. So you don't want to do that. But if you want to follow the links in the comments below, that it supports the channel a bit as well, then feel free to do that. If not, just make sure that you go to a reputable dealer of these, you know, of these Trezor wallets or Ledger. It's up to you, whichever one you want to use. It works on both, because I've tried it, so you don't have to, basically. So that means that you can guarantee that if you send your thing, then at least it's going to get there. Well, I say guarantee, but obviously, if you've got something small to try and test it with, then please do that, because I don't want to be the reason for you losing all your stuff. But what I can say is it worked perfectly with mine. I now have a zombie squirrel on my Trezor, on my Ledger, sorry, and I have my crows on my Trezor. So, and that was all completely free, and I'm probably going to transfer this across. Now, you might be wondering, what's the difference between the two? Why did I get 2? Well, the first reason is I got a Ledger, first of all. This is a Ledger Nano S, and the reason I got that is because of the fact that a Komi or OMI token is only stored on Ledger. It's not available on Trezor, because Trezor doesn't support Go token. So therefore I got that, and then I got the Trezor because of the fact that I was then doing Ronin chain for Axie, and that does not support Ledger. So therefore I got the Ledger and the Trezor. I must admit, I think I prefer the Trezor when it comes to thingy. I find it a little bit easier to use. It's got a nicer screen, but then at the same time, the Ledger is just as good as well. Basically, they are essentially the same thing, which is just a separate wallet. So if you just imagine that they are a separate wallet, nothing gets stored on the Ledger or the Trezor, by the way, just so you know that. Everything is on the blockchain. The only difference is that these things attach to your computer, and they have the key to be able to access that bit on the blockchain. So no one can access it or do anything unless they have these two things, or one of these things, basically. The good thing about the Ledger is that it has the numbers on the front here, so you need to put that in before you can even do anything. But then at the same time, the Trezor also, when you go through your process, you need to know the PIN code in order to be able to do it as well. So really, it's honestly up to you which one of those you get. I would look at the differences between the two, how many coins they hold, and that kind of thing, to decide which one is your better option. So that is the option for the immutable X. So therefore, let's now quickly go over to what's it called now? It's called OpenSea. So we're going to quickly go over to the OpenSea version of this. Now this is another video, but bear in mind that this one I couldn't do the exact same thing. I can show you roughly how it works, but I couldn't do the exact same thing. And the reason I couldn't do it is because I didn't have any Ethereum, because OpenSea actually charges you per transaction that you do, so every time you want to do so. So in this case, if you look here, I'm going to do exactly the same thing. I go to my OpenSea account, I click on my account where all of my stuff is. Okay, so then you'll see this little picture up the top changes, so that's good. You can know when you've changed. So you go to profile, and then all you do, oh, I clicked on that by mistake. All you do is you choose one of your thingies. So as you can see, I've got some really cool things in there. I've got some things here. Let me move that back just a little bit just to show you. I got some things from Resloan here, this one here, and this one here, and this one here, which are cool things that got sent to me. So if you want to check out Resloan stuff, then feel free to do that. I've also got some visitors in there, or I've got a visitor, and then I've also got some of the airdrops from the visitors as well, which is the dark side of the moon, as you can see there. So that's some cool things that I've got in my OpenSea at the moment. There's not much there because the majority of the stuff is being transferred. So therefore, so you click on the thing and you do exactly the same thing. You don't need to go to a different site or anything. You can do it all for OpenSea. You click on transfer, and then again, one owned, and you just put in your Ethereum address for your wallet. Simple as that. It really is really simple. And then what will happen is that transfer button will then turn blue if you have enough Ethereum in there. Now you may need some Matic as well. I'm not 100% sure on that, because when you're transferring Matic NFTs, I think you need to pay a little bit of Matic and maybe a little bit of ETH as well, because I've sort of run out of both of them. So I've only got a small amount. But Matic you don't need a lot anyway, but I think it's mainly the Ethereum. I've run out of Ethereum, so I haven't got enough to transfer. But one thing I did want to show you on this while we're zooming around the OpenSea here, and that is that you can see here I've got two different accounts essentially, and I changed them up here using the MetaMask wallet up the top. So let me move now. So if I go to my collected area, so this is my first account, remember. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer a troll. Okay, so the troll was in there. So then what I do is once I've transferred it, I click the transfer button. I then go up to MetaMask, and I click on that little thing up the top there, which is like a little coloured ball. And then you can see the different ones I've got. So let's click into my Trezor account. And then you can see that the account details here changes, okay? But it doesn't change until you hit profile. And then you can see now I've got a baby bird in there. There's my fish. That's how I found out about it. There's another airdrop from the visitors. And the thing that I've sent is actually in hidden. So it's what I said first. Whenever you send something, it seems to jump into hidden first of all. So all you have to do in order to change that is to literally click on those three dots just there, and then you can hit unhide at the bottom. And then as it's on Trezor now, it will actually make you sign a transaction. And then once you've done the signing of the transaction on your Trezor, you can then go back and you can see that it's actually there in the process now. So there you go. So that's it. So that's basically OpenSea and IMX to be able to simply change your what's it called, to be able to secure your NFTs and make sure nobody can get them. Because remember, once you do this, it means that any time you have to do anything with changing it or selling it or and incidentally, if you put it up for sale, it's not a problem. You put it up for sale, you have to allow it first of all using your Trezor or your ledger, whatever it is you want to use. You have to allow it first, but then once you've allowed it, it goes onto the market, and then that's fine. So it will sell, and you won't have to worry about, you won't have to worry about it being not sold, or you have to click on it when it sells or anything like that. So it's literally just a case of storing them on your Trezor or your ledger, and you can use that on IMX and OpenSea. And I'm pretty sure there's not that many other I don't know about Solana and all them because I haven't got any Solana NFTs, but the main ones for me are IMX and OpenSea. That's the ones that people like to use the most, so that's the ones I've done a video on. Maybe if I buy a Solana NFT in the future, then maybe I'll try it on them as well. Maybe it works for those, maybe it don't, I don't know. So all I would say is that if you have a chance to do this before you send anything over to your addresses, or to your wallets, make sure you're sending something that you're happy to lose. Okay, because if it does go pear-shaped and it doesn't work, I mean the first time you do it, it's a bit like testing the Ethereum or testing sending Bitcoin or sending Ethereum to a wallet. Make sure you send just a small amount in the first place as a test transaction, because even though you got to pay gas probably twice or something like that to test it, it's a lot better than losing the entire thing. Because you know how when crypto goes up and you see that you've lost it and you look at this thing going up, it's going to hurt even more than if you just paid that extra, you know, $30 or $40 worth of gas in order to be able to test it to see if it works. So make sure that you send something you're not worried about losing, essentially, and then that way you're good to go anyway. But as I said, I've done the test so that you don't have to, so I know for sure that it works on OpenSea and IMX, but Solana and all that, I don't know. So, you know, you're going to have to test that one out yourself and see what the situation is. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video today. That was just a quick video to tell you how to secure your NFTs. Incidentally, as I said, if you want to buy the Trezor or the Ledger, then feel free to use the links in the comments below. Make a decision based on price or which one you prefer, all that kind of thing, and you will find those links there, and it does help support the channel as well. But as always, don't take this as financial or investment advice in any way, shape or form, because obviously your crypto can go up and it can make loads of money just like your NFTs, or everything can go down completely and you can lose everything including your shirt. But that is essentially crypto. Thanks very much. I'll see you on the next video.